What's going on, everyone? So one guy we should maybe keep an eye on, right, is Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes and the Philadelphia 76ers are still in contract negotiations, but based on reports, there's been no real traction, and supposedly they're not even close. Now, obviously, it depends on what Quentin Grimes is looking for. If he wants, the absolute max and stuff. Question is is it worth giving him that max? He was incredible last year. He had himself quite a season, especially towards the back half. Right, he really kind of set himself up and really emerged. Right, he was averaging with Philadelphia, from Dallas to Philadelphia. He averaged 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 steals, and half a block. He was looking every bit the part. 28 games, so it wasn't like, a full season sample size, but it was more than a quarter of the season sample size. 33.7 minutes per game. Took 16.4 field goal attempts, shot 47% from the floor, shot 37% from 3 on 8 attempts, shot 56% from the floor on 8.5 attempts, 56% EFG, 75.2% from the free throw line on 5 attempts. And then, like I mentioned, 5 rebounds, 5.2 to be exact, 5 assists, 1.5 steals, half a block, and 22 points per game. Right? So this was a guy that, really showed what he could potentially be, the upside and potential. But a couple things, right? One, I would love to have him if you could get him, right? And we'll touch on, kind of how the Lakers maybe could make a play to do that. But there is a risk with Quentin Grimes. He's 25 years old, coming off of an excellent season, legit two-way guy, can go get you buckets as well as, defend. That'd be beautiful. But was that stint with the Sixers the new norm for him? Not even saying necessarily 22 points a game, but just the way that he was able to perform and operate. Is that the new norm for him? Or was that just kind of this moment? We've seen players have great seasons, great playoff runs, all kinds of stuff, and have never really been able to replicate that. It was just kind of this moment or certain circumstances. Because you got to keep in mind, Philadelphia was just like completely injury riddled. Right, so Quentin Grimes was able to take 17 shots a game. Like, where else is he getting that opportunity to take 17 field goal attempts per game? Probably not getting very many opportunities to do so. Right, so is he going to be able to get the reps, get the opportunity, get the shots up to where he can kind of continue to be that? Right, it might be best for him to go to a team. Look, I really wanted Cam Whitmore. It's unfortunate we were able to work that out. But if I'm being honest and kind of remove my bias, Washington is probably one of the best places in the league for him because he's going to be able to go and get the field goal attempts, play the role, get the opportunity. You might be able to argue the same thing for Quentin Grimes. If he was to go to one of these bad teams where it's like, hey, go ahead, take your 17 shots. Go average 23 a game, right? Like, go be that guy. Where on the Lakers, what does that look like? What role does he play? Does he play a 6-man role? Right? Do the Lakers end up bringing him in and does that give them kind of Austin Reeves insurance? Maybe look to flip Austin Reeves and now you got Quentin Grimes who can score buckets, play on ball, play off ball, be defender, right? Like, I don't know. It's just, I'd love the idea of Quentin Grimes. A lot of people in Lakers Nation I've seen want Quentin Grimes. I've had many people ask me to go and make videos on Quentin Grimes, but I thought that the Sixers would have already signed him. I thought he was so good for the Sixers. I was like, are they really going to lose him? Right? Like, probably not. Right? But it's shaping up that way. It's looking like that might end up being the case. And so if that does happen, I don't hate the idea of the Lakers potentially making a play. The only way to do that would be to sign and trade for Quentin Grimes, which would hard cap you, but Lakers are already hard capped, so it doesn't matter either way, right? He is a restricted free agent, though. So whatever, if another team offers him money, which I don't think will happen because, again, one, that money gets tied up, and then two, right, Philadelphia can just match it, and there you go, right? Where I think teams will kind of let Philly, it's best for teams like the Lakers, for example. Right? It'd be best for the Lakers to kind of let Philly burn that bridge And now Quentin Grimes goes, okay, I want to be signed and traded. And then, because there's not a lot of teams that have money, right? There's not a lot of teams that have the capability of paying him. So maybe the Lakers could come in and go, hey, we'll pay you, $20 million a year for 4 years. We'll give you 4 years, $80 million, right? And you sign and trade him. Maybe you're doing Rui Hachimura and a Shake Milton, right? And boom, there you go, sign and trade, right? And now the Lakers got a Quentin Grimes. Right? Or maybe you're stacking a couple contracts, right? Maybe they don't even want Rui. Maybe they're like, hey, we could, Gabe Vincent and a Maxi Kleba for a floor spacing big, right? That would be great for us. Right? Whatever. However you want to get to it, however you need to get to it, you could. You can work it out where you're just doing a clean sign and trade. And the Lakers, could, again, they'd be hard cap, but they'd be hard cap regardless. You probably have to find a third team just because Philly can't take on more money and stuff like that because all the aprons and stuff. But again, those things are easy, right? And also, you could always just have him, whatever you send out, right? Like I said, Rui Hachimura and Shake Milton is like $21 million or $21.5 million, right? So year one, Quentin Grimes could make $21.5 million. And you just match it even and just do a clean swap, right? There's ways to kind of work around and figure it out. I'm not really worried about that. But again, would it be worth the Lakers to make a play like that, right? And considering the Lakers want to kind of keep their books clean, right? They don't want to, they want to kind of have that, reserve for 2027. So do you kind of maybe pay him a little more over, to maybe sign him to 2 years and maybe give him $25 million. So maybe 2 years, $50 million instead of 4 years, $80 million, something like that, where, hey, we're going to have you. And then if it works, great. If it doesn't, then you kind of just let him walk and it's no big deal, right? If he does kind of hit the decline, I think he'd be worth the risk. I mean, he just turned 25. He's 24 last year. Just turned 25 in May. He wouldn't be 25 again or 26 until the playoffs. He wouldn't have a birthday again, is what I meant to say, until we get to the playoffs. Again, the guy that can play both sides of the basketball. I don't hate it, right? It just, to me, again, it depends on how much is he looking for, how much does he want, right? Because what he's looking for and what he'll actually be willing to accept are very different things. Right. And especially depending on the team and circumstance. Right. You look at the Lakers. It's hey, how bad do you want to be a Laker? He might look at it and go, man, I'd rather be a Laker than a Sixer. Right. Now, in the same breath, he might want to prefer to be a Sixer than a Laker. Right. Who knows? I'm just saying, things like that can be the difference. Hey, I'd really like to be a Laker. Or, hey, I can go to the Lakers and play a bigger role, play a bigger part. Because you look at kind of the Sixers, it's they have Tyrese Maxey, right? They had the rookie last year who would have been rookie of the year. Right? They have pieces that it's where does he kind of fit in? Right? Yeah, maybe he starts at the 2 for them, but also you're going to have Paul George and Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid and everything else. So how many field goal attempts, how many opportunities to get? At least with the Lakers, right? You will have you'd have, Luka Doncic, who, yes, don't get me wrong, Luka, heavy on ball. He is the offense engine. He's going to take a shot, but he's going to be looking for you. You can play off of him, right? LeBron James is going to be looking for you. Or Lakers are so bad bench-wise. They're one of the worst benches in basketball. It's dude, you be our sixth man, come in, we'll pay you, 18, 20 million a year, and be our sixth man for a year or two, and then we'll, maybe we work you into that starting unit. And if he is really good, again, it might give you that Austin Reeves insurance, not even via trading him, right? What if a team is willing to pay him $50 million? Might not be worth it to keep Austin Reeves at that. Are you really going to pay Austin Reeves $50 million? And so it's kind of just let him go, and then boom, bring in Quentin, and you have Quentin Grimes, and you just move Quentin Grimes in the starting unit alongside Luka. Right? That might even be a better fit because he can shoot, he can score, he can do all those things. Right? So, it just, I don't think it happens. I want to be clear. I don't think it's something that will happen. I do think Philadelphia will probably figure it out and pay him, and they'll work it out. It's not something that I'd count on, right, at all. I don't even know if it's something that's even best for the Lakers. You're almost better off waiting to see if Bradley Beal gets bought out and then just bring in Bradley Beal and then just save all your assets and players. And Bradley Beal can kind of give you all the same stuff Quentin Grimes can give you. Obviously, Bradley Beal more injury prone, older. But again, you're also not having to trade anything for him, and he's a vet minimum, or at worst the biannual exception. Like you'd be fine in that regard. So I don't know. It's one of those things where like if it happened, I would love it. Like genuinely, I'd be like super stoked. Depending on how much you paid him. If you were paying him like 30, 40 million a year, I'd probably not be very happy. But let's say you get him, let's say we got news, he signed 4 years, 40 million, 4 years, 20 million, 80 million, contract for, sign and trade with the Lakers. All right, like, let's go. But, I'm okay if the Lakers don't do that. I'm okay if the Lakers want to kind of allocate salaries and stuff elsewhere, kind of go that route. But we'll see. Time will tell. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Past question. You let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. We enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.